Today, we dive into the story of one of the most powerful yet tragic figures in the Bible, Samson, a man gifted with supernatural strength, but also one who fell because of his weakness. Strength, obedience, temptation, betrayal, and redemption. This story is found in Judges 13 to 16 in the Old Testament. What happens when we ignore God's guidance and let temptation control us? Let's find out. Samson's parents were unable to have children, but an angel appeared to them, saying, "Your son will be a Nazirite, set apart for God. He must never cut his hair." Judges 13:5. Samson was chosen by God to deliver Israel from the Philistines, and his strength would come from obedience. God has a plan for each of us, but we must walk in obedience to fulfill it. Jeremiah 29:11. Samson grows up strong and powerful, filled with the Spirit of God. His first sign of strength, he kills a lion with his bare hands. Judges 14:5-6. But Samson makes a mistake. He falls in love with a Philistine woman, despite God's warning not to marry outsiders. Judges 14:3. During the wedding feast, Samson tells a riddle, which the Philistines cheat to solve by threatening his wife. Samson's anger erupts. He kills 30 Philistines in revenge. Anger and disobedience can lead us away from God's purpose. James 1:20. Samson continues to battle the Philistines, showing incredible power. He catches 300 foxes, ties torches to their tails, and burns the Philistines' fields. Judges 15:4-5. Philistines retaliate, killing Samson's wife. Samson fights back and defeats 1,000 men with a donkey's jawbone. Judges 15:15. Revenge may feel satisfying, but it does not bring peace. Only God's justice is perfect. Romans 12:19. Samson falls in love with Delilah, another Philistine woman. The Philistine rulers bribe Delilah to find the source of his strength. Delilah deceives Samson 3 times, asking him about his strength, but he lies to her. She wears him down until he finally tells her the truth. "My strength is in my hair. If it is cut, I will be weak like any other man." Judges 16:17. That night, while Samson sleeps, Delilah cuts his hair, and the Philistines capture him. We must be careful who we trust and avoid temptation that leads us away from God. Proverbs 4:23. Samson is now weak and powerless. The Philistines gouge out his eyes and make him a slave, grinding grain in a prison. The Philistines mock him in their temple, celebrating their victory over him and praising their false god, Dagon. But Samson repents. He prays to God, asking for one last chance to use his strength. Lesson: even when we fall, God's grace is still available if we turn back to Him. 1 John 1:9. Samson is brought to the Philistine temple for entertainment. He asks to be placed between the 2 pillars that hold up the temple. He prays one last time, "Lord, strengthen me just once more, that I may take vengeance on my enemies." Judges 16:28. With his last breath, Samson pushes the pillars, collapsing the temple and killing thousands of Philistines, including himself. He dies as a hero, delivering Israel from their enemies. Lesson: even after failure, God can still use us for His purpose if we return to Him. Strength comes from God, not ourselves. Temptation can lead to destruction. Trusting the wrong people can be dangerous. Even when we fail, God's mercy is greater. What lesson stood out to you the most? Comment below. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.